Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Ren. I got a video today from Pink Book Lessons. You know, she did a video on a mayor that spent $150,000 on a Chevy Tahoe. $150,000. You can get a fucking Escalade for that kind of price, or even cheaper. But she used it on taxpayer dollars. You know, women always want to say they make better leaders than us, but history has always said different. Please like, subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
Total lease price $149,146.20.
Dude, interest and APR is more than half of the cost of the vehicle. Who cares about 20% interest, 30% interest? I ain't paying for it. The taxpayers are.
Tell me if it's not facts, because your signature is all on it.
For the people still trying to defend this super city girl mayor, I told you before, it's so much more going on here. You haven't heard the half of it. The super city girl mayor was confronted about one of her
Why are women in leadership positions always so bright? I mean, look at what she's wearing, like highlighter, freaking blazer suit.
lavish expenses. And of course, this wasn't the first time. But this time, a trustee called her out at a meeting for her running up over $149,000 on a Tahoe. Yes, the Thornton supervisor and the mayor of
And really, a Tahoe? I know, like almost like top of the line Escalade is almost $100,000. So how the fuck are you paying $150,000 for a Tahoe?
Dalton, which is a whole other problem. But right now, you're looking at the meeting in Dalton. She ran up a check, and when she got called out on it, she tried to lie about it, but this one trustee did not come to play. She had the receipts on deck because she knew the super city girl mayor was about to try to lie her way out of it. We're going to dive in, but first, take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Shout out to everybody watching from Dalton to Riverdale, South Holland, and the surrounding areas.
At the end of the day, nobody comes here to argue with you. Nobody at all. There are bills that we have the right to take off. We have the right to make decisions about. You say that you're running it at the end of the day, because this is going to be the narrative. When we go broke, you're going to say, I wasn't even on the bank account. The trustees did it. When at the end of the
shout outs to this trustee for calling her out straight out like that.
day, you're making decisions and spending money and then get mad when we don't approve it.
Yes, that's exactly what she's doing, and this isn't the first time. She's been doing this over and over, like the time she opened up her own personal nonprofit organization and had the town donate $10,000. Then when she was questioned about it, she...
What? You made a nonprofit organization using taxpayers' dollars? And again, women always want to say they make better leaders, that they'll be more fair and they'll do whatever. They're just as bad as the men. Like what makes a big difference? It's really power corrupts, you know? And I think the people that have always had the least power get corrupted a lot easier.
She denied being over the organization and said that she was only the face of it. An organization where she was claiming to help women with breast cancer.
What? You're gonna fucking... Wow, you're gonna try to scam women with breast cancer with your stupid foundation too? Holy cow.
But so far, she's only been helping herself. But yeah, that's a whole nother story for a different day. This woman is always saying that she's in charge. She calls herself the super mayor.
The super mayor!
To call yourself anything super or high value or anything is like one of the cringiest things out there.
Hey, to me
and she's always taking credit for anything positive, even stuff she had no hand in. But like Trustee Belcher said, when it's time to take accountability for something bad, like a deficit, she's quick to blame it on the trustees instead. And then her narrative is that everybody's always picking on her or arguing with her, whenever they're simply holding her accountable for all of these expenses and these poor decisions. Or she'll throw a temper tantrum like a 2-year-old when she can't get her way. And that's another reason why it's hard to take people like her seriously in positions like this.
It's hard to take women like seriously when they do shit like this. And we're not, and this happens to be an African American community, you know, but I think this happens with most women when they come into power. I see it.
Acting her age, she's acting like a middle school bully.
There are bills that we have the right to take off. We have the right to make decisions about. You say that you're running it at the end of the day, because this is going to be the narrative when we go broke. You're going to say, I wasn't even on the bank account. The trustees did it. When at the end of the day,
Oh, she knows exactly the game she's about to try to play.
you're making decisions and spending money and then get mad when we don't approve it because it's not financially sound. I sat here and looked at a lease that y'all spent $149,000 for one of them trucks. You make absolute, that's like when you 19 years old and you go get a car and the interest rate 27%. That makes absolutely no sense.
It doesn't.
$149,000
Especially when you're an educated woman in such a position.
on a Tahoe? I knew this woman wasn't too bright.
Nope.
But come on, they could have acquired an Escalade for cheaper than that.
Right?
Obviously, this woman isn't good at making decisions, which is why the Board of Trustees should be there. They need checks and balances. And of course, she didn't care about the price. Her plan was to pass the bill to the taxpayers.
Damn right.
That makes absolutely no sense. You're
Please
not
state
making
facts.
great finance, excuse me?
Please state facts.
But let me tell you, here it is, dated
Boom. Facts, bitches.
December 27th.
Ooh.
The trustee knew she was going to try to lie.
What the fuck? Is it $2,500 monthly payment on this car? Holy fuck. That's a lot of money for a car. When I bought my mom's car for her, it was $550, and I thought that was a little outrageous already. 5 times that? Holy shit. She didn't really care about payments. She didn't care about shit because taxpayers are paying for this shit. Holy fuck.
And try to pull a fast one. So boom, just like that, here's the paperwork. Did y'all hear her? When the trustee mentioned that $149,000, the super city girl mayor was like, state the facts. That's another thing. She's always acting like everybody's trying to lie on her. Well, ma'am, the fact is, here's the paperwork. Nobody's lying on you.
2022, the cash price of a 2023 Chevy Tahoe, $93,216.71. Interest,
Which is like, I thought Escalades were only 100 grand. How is this 93 grand? Is it like the most loaded Chevy Tahoe possible? If that's the case, you should have just went with an Escalade.
and APR, $55,929.49.
So much money.
Total lease price,
That is literally like people's salary, right? Yearly salary right there in that APR. Like crazy.
$149,146.20. Tell me if it's not facts, because your signature is all on it.
Even when she pulled out the paperwork, she tried to deny it like she didn't know what she was talking about. Well, super city girl mayor, here's your signature. It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that.
Okay, but you want me to pass?
I don't.
I know she didn't just say she
I
didn't,
didn't
see
see
it.
that.
Like, ma'am, even if you couldn't see it from there, you know you signed over $149,000 for this Tahoe.
That you did.
That's why the trustee was like, you want me to put it on the Jumbotron? And she's
She should have just put it on the Jumbotron.
like, nah, I'll go look at the statement myself. Yeah, go look at it. You already know what's on there.
All right.
I'll
But
get
at
my
the
statement in a
end, at
few
the
minutes
end
when
of
you
the
finish.
day, it's not about going back and forth with you. It's about making financial decisions that is in the benefit of everybody and just not one person. And you can't seem to understand that. Have a great day.
Again, shout out to Trustee Belcher.
Mic drop.
She is absolutely right about the mayor. It's all about her when it's supposed to be about the citizens. She's out there lying to those people in Dalton like she's helping them, when really she's just helping herself to the taxpayers' money. I mean, running up a check. And she's so low, even trying to use women with cancer to pick up a check. Up here acting like she's doing the taxpayers a favor, sending bills to the trustees, and then getting mad when they ask questions or they have a problem with the expenses. You have tension because she's upset that she can't get her way. So yeah, the Tahoe in question is one of the trucks that she's got the security guys driving her around in all day. She's making Dalton
She has security guys?
taxpayers pay for the truck while half the day she's in Dalton, and then she's using the same security team paid by Dalton to drive her to her other job as a Thornton supervisor. And she's also cutting up over there too. Had not only the assessor, another black woman, locked out her own office, but she got so mad
we talk about this, right? You know, when women get into power, get up to a high position, they pull up that ladder or burn that rope or chop that rope so no other woman can get up there. And this is how they treat other women.
When the news came out to report it, that she cut off all of their access keys. Had the whole assessor's office outside in the parking lot. And even in Dalton, she's done that more than once to the citizens and trustees at City Hall. Locked them slap out the building. Trustee Norwood had to videotape herself putting up a notice for the citizens because she knew the city girl mayor and her simp enforcers will come around and snatch a notice off the door.
These enforcers are paid by the city. How many does she have?
Straight up sabotage. And she's got all those guys around her, protecting her like she's a predator.
Whoa. She has like 3 or 4 guys around her. Dude, she's more important than like freaking the president.
I know governors that don't walk around with as much security as this woman. And this is a mayor of a small town, 20,000 people. It's just crazy. This woman clearly lost her mind. She got the power of the village, and now she's acting like she's a president. Up here yelling at the media talking about fake news. Fake news. And two of the central forces around this woman. I know the former chief of staff called out Keith Freeman
that this mayor is the most vindictive, manipulative, self-righteous.
You can say that about most women and know you'll be correct.
Individual I have ever met in my life. Her administrator, let me be real clear, Keith D. Freeman, is even worse.
And her extravagant security team, they're not protecting her from a threat. She's blowing the budget for the sake of her ego. And what those guys are really doing is obstructing justice. But the security team, they're only protecting her because, one, that's their job. They're getting paid to do that. But they're going super hard because she's allegedly allowing them to get away with payroll fraud. She's in on it with them. That one man up there submitting 303 hours.
Wait, what?
How in the world can anybody work 303 hours in 2 weeks?
What the fuck? Let's bust out the calculator for this. Oops, that's the calendar, not calculator. My bad. All right, so 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, times 2. Dude, what the fuck? There's only 336 hours in 2 weeks total. How the fuck are you able to submit 330 hours? So there was 6 hours throughout that whole 14 days that you slept or didn't work? What the fuck? This is crazy fraud. Holy shit.
I cover cases all the time. You can go to jail for that. Y'all better stop playing around there. Then being hostile.
Considering it's taxpayer dollars, it's not company money either.
To the media, that's not helping you. All you're doing is giving them more incentive to keep digging. Obviously, it's more there. And to her so-called simp cousin coming in the comments trying to defend the nonsense, talking about somebody was jealous of her success. Dontavius Monterio, stop playing.
Yeah, she straight up called him out by his full name.
You can't discredit facts. And like I said before, it's way more here. Y'all haven't seen the half of it. You would think she would straighten up while she's ahead. She's erasing people's emails, harassing her employees. You think you're Teflon Tiff or something? Like, cut it out. This woman is wrong for what she's doing. And then had all these black women supporting her in the name of the sisterhood and being empowered. But when she took office, look at how she's really treating the black women that's around her. And nobody's taking
I don't think any of us were surprised by this.
up for them. You can clearly see that everybody's trying to protect Teflon Tiff. If you missed my previous videos, I'll leave the links below. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started and let me know what you think about this. Special thanks to
Shout outs to Pink Book Lessons, always doing wonderful stories on these women. You know, like women love to say they make better leaders. They always say this, and they should be in more leadership positions. But look, this is the examples we have when you become in leadership positions. You abuse your power. Oh, shocking, just like some men do too. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.